The Garhwal Himalayas are highly volatile, characterized by steep gradients, freezing temperatures, and sudden seismic shifts. This is one of the harshest environments on Earth. Yet, situated right in the middle of this hostile terrain, at 3,583 meters above sea level, sits the ancient Kedarnath Temple. In the summer of 2013, that environment unleashed a catastrophe. Flash floods sent millions of gallons of water, mud, and glacial debris rushing down. The sheer kinetic energy of the floodwaters pulverized everything in its path. Modern hotels, bridges, and rigid cement structures were simply snapped in half and carried away. The math of the disaster was clear. Structurally, absolutely nothing built in the path of that torrent should have survived. But when the waters receded, a clear forensic anomaly emerged. Surrounded by leveled towns and crushed concrete, the Kedarnath Temple stood perfectly intact. The building standing completely unharmed amidst total devastation is a quantifiable physical event that demands explanation. It survived because the architects employed a highly specific, flexible structural engineering system centuries ago. That system, combined with a perfectly timed geographic anomaly, kept the stone walls standing. The defense mechanism starts at the foundation. The temple sits on a heavy rectangular platform built from massive, precisely carved brown stones. The structural integrity is maintained by physics rather than chemical bonding. The ancient builders used absolutely zero mortar or cement to bind these stones together. This 3D visualization shows the interlocking masonry technique. Blocks with carved grooves slide together like puzzle pieces. Without rigid cement, the joints can vibrate. When kinetic force hits, the stones subtly shift, absorbing and dispersing energy through the structure instead of shattering. Moving up from the foundation, the exterior profile follows the traditional Nagara style of architecture, culminating in a towering spire known as a shikara, topped with a golden kalash. The shikara's upward tapering shape serves a critical aerodynamic function. It constantly sheds heavy snow accumulation and deflects the harsh, high-altitude winds. This unyielding outer shell serves a single purpose: protecting the highly sacred chambers inside, the mandap assembly hall, and the innermost garbhagriha with the Shiva lingam. Guarding this entrance is a massive stone nandi bowl. It acts as a symbolic guardian and physical anchor, marking the threshold of the temple's layout. Every interlocking stone in the heavy exterior was explicitly designed to guarantee that this delicate inner core would never be breached by the elements. But human engineering was only half the equation in 2013. The final variable of the catastrophic flood was a massive rock that suddenly detached and rolled down the harsh mountain. Today, it is called the Bhim Shila. It ground to a halt perfectly positioned just a few feet behind the temple's rear wall. This top-down schematic illustrates the boulder's hydrodynamic wedge effect. As water crashed down, the boulder physically split the torrent into two separate streams. It absorbed the direct kinetic impact, creating a low-pressure wake directly behind it, a natural shield for the temple walls. The temple's survival required two precise mechanisms working together. The interlocking stones provided the necessary structural flexibility to handle the vibrations, while the Bhim Shila provided the ultimate hydrodynamic shield. You can measure the brilliance of this ancient architecture against the failure of modern construction in the same valley. Rigid buildings fought the water and shattered, while the flexible mortarless design survived. This mastery of stone engineering ties directly back to the site's human lineage, stretching from the ancient legends of the Pandavas to the temple's historic revival by Adi Shankaracharya. The definitive lesson for modern infrastructure in extreme environments is clear. True architectural resilience requires working with natural forces, like gravity and fluid dynamics, rather than rigidly opposing them. Kedarnath remains standing amidst the debris of a flattened valley. It is an unconquerable sanctuary, built to endure whatever the mountain delivers.